Hi, so I'm going to review here 3 different types of bumper guards for the license plate, and I wanted to do it side by side simply because when you're buying it from Amazon.com, it's hard to tell relative how they look and how thick they are when they're not side by side. So I wanted to go through them and show you the measurements and also how they actually work and fit and some of the screws that actually go with it, so you know what type of screws come with the license plate. Now this is a very highly rated one that people have on Amazon.com, and this one's called the Flexi-Frame bumper guard, and this is the light duty one. And I was very concerned with the plate coverage. In a lot of states, what happens is if you cover the license plate too much, you'll get a citation and you'll get a ticket randomly, and it's very subjective. So you really don't want to get one that's too thick that will hide the license plate or cover the license plate from the side, because the big concern is it's really subjective and it depends on the police officer looking at it and determining whether it violates the law or it doesn't. So you really don't want to put yourself in that situation. So this Flexi-Frame one is very thin. As you can see, if I set it on top of the other one, you could see the profile. So the ones I'm reviewing here is the Flexi-Frame bumper guard, and this one is the BumperArmor Standard Edition. Now this one is a lot thicker. It is a 1-inch thick bumper guard with 1/2-inch side protection. And this one is the monster version of that, which is very large. And this is good for a lot of the trucks and a lot of the SUVs, but even for that it might be a little bit too big. So I'm going to be putting this on my Honda Element, and I wanted to compare this one with that with the standard edition. So you'll see this here, the bottom one is the Monster Edition and this is the standard edition. And if I put it right next to each other, you'll see just how much thicker the bottom one is. It's a 1/4 inch thicker. So the bottom one is 1.25 inches and the standard edition one is 1 inch thick. And what I liked about this particular brand, the BumperArmor, is that it totally exposes the license plate. And if you look in the back here, it covers the, so your license plate is not jammed up against your car. There's actually about a 1/4 inch behind here. You see this thickness in the back here that protects that. So what happens is if a car pushes up flush against your license plate, it's going to protect your bumper. Now the thing about these license plate bumper guards is it only works when it's a direct sort of contact, whereas if it comes from the side or at an angle, it's not going to protect it as much, if at all. So keep that in mind. This isn't, you know, it's not gonna universally protect your entire bumper, obviously. So once again, I wanted to sort of go through, you know, this. So this is the standard edition one. I'm gonna put all of these side by side here so you could see the thickness and how it's gonna go around your frame. So these are very rubbery, and you could see here the difference between all the sizes. And even the frame thickness here, you see this is a little bit more slimmer from the side. And this is the 1/2 inch thick. And this is even thicker here at the bottom. And I'm gonna put my ruler up against this. So this is a 1-foot ruler here, and you could see how these things are. And I'll go through each of these one by one in a separate video, because I don't want to make this video a little too long. So you could see here in the back, this also protects the license plate a little bit, with the back being also a 1/4 inch thick. So the license plate doesn't actually touch your bumper. And I do have a license plate here, and several license plates actually, and they're all standard sizes. Remember, the holes between these are actually 7 inches, which is the standard measurement for a lot of license plates. So you'll see here the profile that this one has is basically that of a license plate. And once again, one of my biggest concerns was that if I put my license plate on top of these, that it won't cover it too much such that I get a citation, because that is law in a lot of states that you can't obstruct your license plate. So just looking at this, you can see how slim this Flexi-Frame is, the light duty one. And you could find a lot of these in my... You could find a lot of these, you could find the links in my description area for all 3 of these. Now I did want to, before I forget, I do want to go through the screws here. So you see this is the standard edition. And let me go through the measurements for this. And also go through, so this license plate fits right in the middle here. So you could see how this model is designed, in that it fits the entire license plate in the center, so the license plate is totally exposed. So keep in mind, I got this one because it doesn't even have the screw covers, which is what I want, because I want the appearance that the license plate is totally exposed. Whereas this one does have the covers for the screws, and it sort of gives a illusion that the license plate is somewhat obstructed, which was what I didn't want actually. But on the other hand, this one is a lot more slimline versus this one. So let me go through the measurements for this. So you can see the other one was about 12 inches, whereas this one, you know, the center is 12 inches, and then you have these things on the side, which is a little bit over ½ an inch. So the frame itself, all the way around, is like a little bit over ½ an inch, but it is 1 inch thick. So you could see this being 1 inch thick. And if I go back to this Flexi-Frame one, it says it's 1 inch thick, but it's a little bit under 1 inch. I would say it's even, maybe even, you know, 0.8 of an inch. And this here is definitely 1 inch, if not more, though it's advertised as 1 inch. And this bumper armor, well, you know, the side itself is nearly 1 inch. And of course the center, once again, fits the entire license plate. And this is definitely, so this particular one I'm going to be using in my Honda Element, which is sort of a, you know, a light truck SUV type. Now I do want to go through the screws here. So this bumper armor comes with these screws, and it comes with a good variety of screws, so they didn't skimp on this here. And this is both for the standard edition and the monster edition that I have. So it comes with both the 1 inch screws that are actual screws and the flat heads, and also the 3/4 inch screws. So this is the Bumper Armor Monster Edition. And this is also the same package that you get for this Bumper Armor Standard Edition. And then there's the Flexi-Frame, which you know, is pretty skimpy here. They come with this comes with the standard 4 screws. At least it comes with screws though, that are 1 inch. So there you go. That's really it. And I hope this helps in your decision making. And thank you for watching.